one of the most important countries on the world tourism map, as it enjoys a long and ancient history and culture spread in the countries of the world through the Arabic language. England, the largest country in the United Kingdom, is bordered by Scotland to the north, and to the west by the constituent countries of the United Kingdom, while its northwestern borders are surrounded by the sea and the Celtic Sea from the southwest, and it is surrounded by the North Sea. To the east, tourism in the United Kingdom is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the United Kingdom. Before traveling to England, here is some information that you should know before traveling to England. First, traveling to England requires obtaining a visa, where you can stay in the United Kingdom for a maximum of 6 months. The currency in Britain is the pound sterling, and we all know that Britain has recently left the European Union. As for transportation, public transportation is the most appropriate and least expensive, as taxis are very expensive, so we advise you to avoid them. As for restaurants in England, you will find many Middle Eastern, Indian, and Eastern restaurants, in addition to Western restaurants, of course, and this is what makes Britain a country characterized by diversity.
What are the seasons of tourism in Britain, sir?
The best time to travel to Britain and England in particular is between January and February, and between mid-September and November, in addition to March and April. During this period, you will avoid crowding and large numbers of tourists, as you will save a lot on housing and so on.
Sir, tell us about the 10 best tourist places in England.
Okay, Jessica. The 10 best places to visit in England are strong. Number 1. London. London, the city of fog, is the most beautiful city in England and the capital of tourism in Britain. It is also classified as one of the largest cities in the world, with a population of approximately 1 million people. London is one of the most prestigious cities in the world in terms of culture, fashion, finance, politics, and trade. Tourism in England, London, is considered one of the important and preferred destinations for many tourists in the world, due to the large number of natural areas in it and the famous tourist attractions in Britain that have few counterparts in other places in the world, such as ancient monuments, palaces, museums, towers, churches, and so on.
What are the most important tourist places in London, sir?
Big Ben. Big Ben in London, Britain, one of the most famous places in London, which is a symbol of the capital of Britain, where many tourists from all over the world flock to see it, is more than a century and a half old. Established and opened in 1858, Big Ben is famous for its extreme accuracy in measuring time, and its beats are a symbol of universal time. Number 2. The Tower of London, or London Castle, is one of the famous tourist places in London, and it is a historical castle located in the center of London in Britain, at Thames River on its northern bank, where it was William the Conqueror who ordered the construction of the White Tower to become a symbol of the power of the ruling family in England. Later, the tower is considered one of the most famous and important places of tourism in London. Number 3. Tower Bridge, the most famous bridge in the world, and one of the most important tourist places in London. It is a suspended and movable bridge connecting the two banks of the River Thames. The bridge consists of 2 main towers, which are connected on the upper floor by 2 horizontal walkways. Number 4. Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace is one of the most important palaces in London for tourism, and one of the most important royal palaces in the world, and the official residence of Queen Elizabeth II. It has a special place in Britain. In addition to being one of the most important tourist places in London, the palace includes gardens that are among the largest private gardens in the world. Number 5. The Palace of Westminster is one of the most famous tourist places in London, tourism, and Britain. The building of the palace dates back to the 19th century, and its construction is a wonderful example of neo-Victorian and Gothic architecture. Number 2. York, London. York is one of the most important and beautiful tourist cities in England. The city is famous for its attractions that attract tourists to it. Millions of people go to visit it every year, as it is characterized by its climate throughout the year. The most important tourist places in York National Railway Museum, York. This museum has some beautiful and antique trains, It's royal and Japanese trains. It has a place for children and train rides. It serves drinks to tourists. Ticket price: free. Number 2, Yorkshire Museum of Farming, a museum with many pets to play with and some of the farm tools. Calger, there is a place for rest and drinks. Number 3, Howard Castle, a castle with the most important works of fine art. Outside there is a beautiful lawn full of unique trees and plants. Walking and resting outside. Number 4, York Theatre, a theatre of rich and beautiful form. It hosts the best family and children's shows and plays. It has an elegant place to serve food. It has a wonderful decor that attracts residents. Number 5, Grand Opera House. It is a beautiful house in which the most important and beautiful plays are presented. There is a place to chat outside and a cafe for pre-show drinks. Some dances and playing music are also shown in it. Number 6, Dagon Adventure for the Pit. Archaeology is discovered and explained to them. The explanation is through specialists in science. Number 7, Jorvik Viking Center, a center where a tour takes place to explore the 1,000-year-old ruins of York. Also, explore the most important tourist attractions and cafes, suitable for all ages. Number 3, Bath. Bath is the largest city in the county of Somerset, the city in the Avon River Valley, 97 miles west of London and 11 miles southeast of Bristol, and the city of Bath has become a World Heritage Site since 1987. And the valley of the River Avon has enjoyed a lot of tourism since ancient times. The city's baths are considered one of the best in the world. The city also includes a number of ancient buildings built in the Georgian and Roman styles, and the city of Bath is the focus of many festivals that revolve around theater, literature, and classical music. The city also includes many cafes, bars, upscale restaurants, and wonderful bakeries where you can taste the most delicious English baked goods.
What are the best tourist attractions in Bath, sir?
Number 1, the Circus. Number 2, Bath Museum of Architecture. Number 3, Pulteney Bridge. Number 4, Fashion Museum. Number 5, Herschel Museum of Astronomy. Number 6, Prior Park. Number 7, Roman Baths.
And what are the best activities in Bath, sir?
Bath's best activity is a walk through the valleys of Bath, and also a trip through American history in the American Museum in Britain. As for the streets in Bath, they are very distinctive, and also a tour of the Holborn Museum. Also, calmness and enjoying the beauty in the Royal Victoria Gardens is very wonderful.
Wow, very nice, sir.
Number 4, Stonehenge. It originated from the Crumlish type in the county of Wiltshire, in the southwest of England. It dates back to the late Stone Age and early Bronze Age. This impact, despite its fame, now become ruins. It consists of a circular slate of large stones. Stonehenge is one of the most well-known and well-preserved stone monuments in Europe. UNESCO included Stonehenge, Fowberry, and the surrounding site in 1986 on its list of World Cultural Heritage Places in the World. Powerful image on the internet, his imagination and creativity, the unforgettable atmosphere of the stone circle, and follow in the footsteps of the prehistoric people who lived here 4,000 years ago, as you walk among the Neolithic houses. More in the public gallery, and the area settled down to recover the written data, known as the Gallery and No. Number 5, Oxford. Oxford, its geographical location in the southeast of England, and its tourist attractions, which give it a different flavor, are not used in first-class artistic painting on a tourist trip. The city of Oxford is the destination that many visitors have always visited, as it has wonderful gardens as well as cultural theaters. The city of Oxford has a rich history and a special heritage that its visitors can explore by visiting various historical monuments such as museums with a rich history and a special heritage that its visitors can explore by visiting various historical monuments such as museums with a rich heritage, majestic palaces with magnificent architecture, as well as ancient temples.
What are the best places to visit in Oxford, sir?
Number 1, Harcourt Arboretum is one of the largest and most important parks in the city of Oxford at all. The park has an area of more than 130 acres that contains the best group of perennial and local trees in Oxford, such as the oak tree and huge redwood trees. Number 2, Oxford Castle. Number 3, Ashmolean Museum, Oxford. Number 4, Oxford University Botanic Garden. Number 5, Oxford Museum of Natural History. Number 6, Pitt Rivers Museum, Oxford. Number 7, Oxford Gardens. The city of Oxford was keen to beautify and coordinate its gardens to be one of the most beautiful tourist areas. Number 8, Oxford Malls. The malls in the city of Oxford are interested in creating conditions to entice the largest possible number of tourist destinations in Oxford, as they have diversified their stores and materials. Number 9, Oxford Museums. The museums in the city of Oxford are considered a strong symbol of ancient history and a prominent documentation of previous civilizations. If you are fond of exploring rare archaeological collections, be sure to visit the Oxford Museums. Now, the first part is over with us. Wait for the second part of the tourist attractions in England and write to us which cities you would like to go to. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, sir. We are waiting for the second part of this beautiful series of tourism in England.